Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 13 of the Gacha Mates podcast. Smack finally made some time for me once again. He says he's going to do it every week, never does. But we've got a really good one because we got a lot of catching up to go to do about Honkai Star Rail in general. I've started myself a fresh account, which has got me completely obsessed with the game again. And a good chunk to talk about story because we wanted to talk about the story because I've dived straight into the Fei Xiao story and I love it. And I feel like we've got a good chunk to go through on that, see what you guys think as well. Because I have some strong opinions, but we have not discussed anything off camera. So I'm curious to see where Smack's going to stand on this stuff.
And I feel like YouTube, that's saying a lot. Volkin is one of those fuckers who just cannot be bothered with story. So if he enjoyed the story, I think this literally is the highest volume of potency. Yeah. Which, yeah, man, I want to get straight into it. No stalling, no none of that. How did you like the villain Hule, first of all? I
loved him. I thought he was sick.
Yeah. I personally thought he was the best villain that's been in Honkai Star Rail. I think he was a proper villain.
Yeah, can I start with an actual like real hot take?
Go for it.
This whole Fei Xiao story should have been the main thing of the 2.x, and Penaconi should have been the side story.
I think you'd be surprised to have because what I'm surprised with, Volk, I like Penaconi first of all, but what I've come to learn is Penaconi is very polarizing. Well, no, there's a lot of people out there who would agree with you, I'm sure. I personally thought it was a great story, but I came to discover on Twitter, on my YouTube comment section, anytime anybody brings it up, 50-50. Some people were like, Penaconi was too damn long, drawn out. It didn't had plot holes. It didn't make sense, this and this and that. But what I'm coming to find out here is, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're cooking up something there, man.
And at the end of the day, it is just personal preference. Everyone likes different shit. So it's one of those things. For me, though, my problem with Penaconi was... Okay, there was a couple problems for me. Is one, it was a very complex type scenario that required a lot of attention and thinking. And when most of that is delivered through very static, boring, two characters on screen talking, it led, and this could be just me, a me issue because I'm impatient. It led me to skip some dialogues.
Are you cooking?
And if you skip any dialogue, I feel like you're missing out on the whole shaping of the thing. And so... I played through it a second time on my other account where I didn't watch absolutely everything. I tried to watch the bits that I skipped, and it's still like it just feels like you need to sit there for boring dialogue way too much, and you have to do it or you miss the whole shaping of the world.
Yeah, and you know what? I will say I streamed the entire thing. And when you stream the entire thing, obviously, the longer you can prolong the stream, the better, right? Stalling equals more money, equals more content. But what I'm trying to tell you is if I played that story off stream, I would have done the same thing as you, I'm sure. But because I was on stream, I wasn't tripping about like some of the dull moments, and it was forcing me to pay attention to every little thing. And because of that, I actually ended up really, really enjoying Penaconi's story. I'm not sure what most people's complaints are, Volk, but before we get into this next part of the story, Penaconi's story had a lot of real life plots, issues, and things that were occurring that you can take with you in real life. Like they have,
like especially towards the end when they talk about the IPC and they want to make credits like the intergalactic currency and stuff. I'm like, this is just governments. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, government currency, but also religion. Religion was a huge plot and concept in that Penaconi story as well. And I got into so many debates with my chat on so many different topics. So that's why I thought it was good. It was because the story forced me to have so many meaningful conversations with my chat in Penaconi. But again, when people start talking about like, well, this didn't make sense and this didn't make sense, that's when I feel like you can go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, see, and this is the thing. So after I played through it the second time and watched some of the other stuff, I then watched some of the lore recap videos to make sure I kind of had the awareness. My problem is my biggest issue with Penaconi was as soon as you say it's all a dream, I just think the whole thing was fucking pointless. Do you know what?
It was all a dream.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I'm sure there's one. I think it's a Japanese or Korean. I can't remember which one. It's like it was on Netflix and it's all just got the English voice over their voices. And someone in Wonderland. Maybe it was Alice in Wonderland. Someone let me know. It was something in Wonderland or something like that. And it basically turned out.
I watched that show too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil anything for you. I haven't watched it. But anyway, okay. Best example I can give. You know how there's theories on Pokemon and like how Ash has always been 10. And like, there's one theory that is like, you know, when Pikachu did the Thunderbolt to hit the Spearow and in like the first episode, maybe Ash went into a coma and this is all a dream. His like the entirety of Pokemon's a dream. And like, if that is the truth, I absolutely hate Pokemon because I just, as soon as you tell me it's all a dream, I hate it. Like it just.
Poke, I didn't even know this was a theory. You just blew my fucking mind.
There's a bunch of theories, but yeah, so my problem with Penaconi is once you tell me it's all a dream, and then we go back to the initial thing where you see Misha at the start, so it's been a dream from the very start, it's like it makes everything else less impressive. Like when we go back to the previous story, in Bibitalune, he gets a massive fucking dragon. Like that is so, like Jing Yuan, he has the lightning god. That is all real stuff. That shows how overpowered they are in the real world. But then then you say everything's a dream, so does that make anything cool that a character does actually relevant because it's in a dream and anything is possible? And do you know what I mean? Like, someone else probably go, yeah, but it's blended with the real world. Then I'm like Acheron slashing through the dimension of the dream. That's cool, but could she slash through the dimension of the real? Do you know what I mean? It just makes everything less impressive in my mind. And once you just say it's a dream, it's just, I'm just like Inception was cool as a movie because you're there for a couple hours. You get the whole thing. It's concluded. This was way too long for a dream, if that makes sense.
No, it does, Volkin. I think the ultimate issue, the underlying issue with Hoyo versus storytelling, period, they're too much of a chicken shit. I talk about this all the time, to actually kill somebody. And that's why they do these dream concepts. Volkin, I'm serious. Like, they will never, ever have the balls to kill somebody who truly matters to us in our playable characters. You look like you wanted to chime in again. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I remember back to the 2.0 dev live stream, where it was the first one where they had the subtitles and I had to fucking read it, and I hate reading subtitles. And so they said like they made a joke that I didn't pick up on because I was reading subtitles about it like being lighthearted and stuff, and I'm like, I'd like to, and everyone's like, no, this is the Honkai Impact third guy who kills everyone. It's going to be epic. There's going to be everyone dying.
He sure did say that verbatim.
Dude, I was right. It was fucking. It was bland. Like they like we've talked about this before. Like in One Piece when Ace died, like that. It adds. It adds impact for me personally. Once again, everyone's different. Some people may get too distraught if their favorite character dies. Dude, it's Ting Yun. No. Who else? Like, dude, I feel like there's been like Firefly died. No, she didn't. Robin died. No, she didn't. It's just.
I tweeted about it the other day on Twitter. The same thing we're talking about right now. Dude, I put a list.
Because and then the last one was Olmaid, who's fucking meant to be getting like massacred and having his blood drunk so that he can sacrifice himself. Like that dude's an NPC. I just like let him die. Like just let him die. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like that. So I wanted to challenge you on that. You said like and you're always respectful. Well, good for you. Me, I can't be respectful. If you're too distraught over death in a story, you need to get a fucking grip. Like you need to get a grip. You need to grow up. You need to realize that pain's going to happen in your life. Your life is tough. So is all of our lives, brother. We just don't complain about them as much as you do. Okay. Like this is not an excuse to take away death inside of a video game. It's just not. How am I supposed to take anything that's supposed to be nail biting and anxious? It's supposed to instill these feelings in me so that I'm actually worried or concerned. How am I supposed to take it serious when I've seen 10 out of 10 times they can't kill anybody? So I know no matter whatever happens going forward, I'll let you go in a bit, Volk. I know that character's not going to die ever. So it doesn't matter what you show me. I know they're still alive. Because that's just that's the Hoyo way. They don't kill anybody. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
It's gotten to the point now, if they decide to actually kill like an important character, they will have to make a social post going, no, they are actually dead and not coming back, for anyone to believe that the character. Do you know what I mean? Like they have to now if they actually kill someone, they have to confirm it, because like you've got so much evidence that they're never going to do it. It's like it's put it in this weird spot. I think that like as someone who's not the biggest story enjoyer, I do think the Honkai Star Rail story was great. Like I still think Bellabog. I love Bellabog. Bellabog was amazing. Fei Xiao's story is we'll get onto it in a sec. That's my new favorite story by far. But yeah, I just feel like they're just too scared to go there.
Yeah. What sucks about all of this is at the end of the day, I think Hoyoverse will always be grabbed by the balls by their own community. And I think that's why. It's not that the writers aren't capable of it. It's just they know how batshit crazy their delusional ass community is about these characters and how they get attached to them. And so they have to like, business comes first type of word. They're like, you always like to preach, Volkin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they kill off a character, then they're going to deal with being shot and shooting themselves in their own foot.
Yeah, but I mean, but from what I hear from Honkai, the Impact third players, like they kill everyone off. So
I know
it's so surprising that I guess they found with Genshin that, happy vibes keeps it going better.
Honkai third also it never broke out into the success that their games are today. So it's like they don't care about killing people off that game because it's a smaller audience.
Has anyone died in Genshin?
Nobody important
character. Yeah,
they almost killed off this guy named Xiao, and then he got saved. It's like they made you think he was gonna die, and then he gets saved last minute. It's like it's the same cringe shit every time. The only person who got killed off was a actual villain on the other side. But it's, like I said, it's never anybody you're playing with. It's never the characters that you learn to like. It's so you're never really tripping about the death. Like it's always somebody who nobody gives a fuck. An NPC died, yeah, sure. A villain died, yeah, sure, but not anybody you're gonna play with. But okay, we've tangent on for a bit. Let's get into this story. The thing I like the most about Hule is that he wasn't just a villain, Volk. He was also true to his identity as a leader. He understood the meaning of a fucking wolf.
Yeah, he's like, the fact that you guys are here to save me shows me that you don't have the capacity. You guys have gone soft. And I was like, that is so good.
God, bro, I had, for my respect, like, bro, fucking went 3 billion% into the sky with that shit.
Yeah.
And then he was like, obviously, I feel like everybody, I'll keep it a stack. Invoke, if you're on the same page, cool. I'm going to spoil the story because, like, at this point, I feel like everybody should have been caught up with the story.
100%, yeah. If I'm caught up on the story, everyone's caught up. Surely.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So, like, dude, the thing that made it all the more respect for me and admiration for Hule is his plan was to die. Also, he couldn't be controlled and his destiny couldn't be controlled by Fantilia. I was like, dude, how much gangster can this fucking guy get, bro?
Yeah.
He said, you're not about to control my destiny, bro. I was like, oh my God, dude. That's how I would do it, bro. I'm like, you're not about to sit here and like sell me this dream and narrative. Also, I can dance in your fucking hand. Absolutely not. I thought that was just very respectful.
Can I say the one thing that annoys me? There's only one thing that annoys me in this whole Fei Xiao storyline.
It might have been the same thing as me and
no, I guarantee it's different. Like I have real petty things that annoy me.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
It's that Moze spells Mozza.
Oh, that is weird.
I'm like, dude, what is mozzarella doing? It's like me saying, yeah, the name's spelled Volkin, and it's like my name is Victor. It's like it just doesn't make sense. It's like there is no way that is mozzarella. Like no.
Do you think it's because we're ignorant though, and we don't understand that maybe in some fucking language
100% it is. Okay, but it just tripped me out because I've been just saying Moze, and then I get into the story and they're like Mozza, and I'm like
Mozza.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, that was kind of cringe.
But he's a cool character as well. I really liked him in it as well.
But getting into, again, the same thing we were complaining about earlier, he kills Shuyi, and then we come back, and it comes to find out, oh, Shuyi's still alive. She's just a bird now. It's like, bro, just kill her, man. Just kill her. Just get her up out of there. I would have liked that so much better. And then, again, Jiao Show, which was you can go back and watch my stream VOD. I was molding to the highest of heavens when I saw this motherfucker was still alive, especially after they gassed him up all the way to the point where he's the only reason y'all beat Hule, because he literally sacrificed himself, and he sacrificed himself in the best way possible. He put the most deadliest poison in his body.
What they did with him, it took a character that I really didn't like. I think a lot of people would have found him to be a pretty average character, and it made you love the character. Like, I'm going through that story. I'm like, what a fucking boss. Just like preempted the whole story by telling Hule how you make someone eat shit that they don't want to eat with the kids and the vegetables. and then literally uses himself as the embodiment of that theory.
Poetic.
And I'm like, this is so fantastic. And then I was just like, and I'm just like, that I can respect that character. I like that character. Done.
Yeah.
Then he's living. I just don't like him again. He should have been dead.
Your face was gold. That's exactly how I felt. I said, you're telling me you're gonna take this beautiful story and just throw it in the fucking trash? Like, bro, what are we doing here, man? And Volk, I guarantee you, we have the best opinion. I don't care about y'all's opinion. We have the best opinion on the matter. That motherfucker should have died, bro. It would have made the story so much more impactful, and people would have been proceeding forward within all the other patches with, ooh, somebody else might die.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and he was the perfect character to let die too, because he wasn't like the main character. It's not like you're killing off Fei Xiao or someone. It's like, it's a side character whose death made you like them more, which would have been, I feel like he was like the perfect placement to die. And it's like,
you're right. He was the perfect candidate to like, so everybody wouldn't really lose their shit because, you know, we just met the guy too. But I mean, I digress on that. What I will say though is, how did bro not die consuming the deadliest poison? This dude Hule is the most menacing villain. He's been known to like drink your blood dry and all of that. So why did he not drink his blood dry? It's just a plot hole. It's just a very simple. This guy's evil, bro. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You're telling me he just didn't drink your blood for whatever reason? Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think a little sip. Didn't want to get bloated before the fight. You know, like
just a little sip. Didn't want to get. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's just that's a plot hole clearly. But I'll tell you this: if they still can save it, Volk, they still can save it. What if Zhao Shou's actually Fantilia?
Oh yeah, that
because he never opened his eyes. Oh, bro, that would be godly, dog. Okay. Oh, so there's still hope. They could save it. There's a little bit of hope, you know. I was talking to my chat about that at the end. I was like, man, if that's Fantilia, oh my fucking God, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, but so the other thing, because we kind of jumped straight to the end of it. I thought the whole sequencing of that story, like I said, I would have loved a whole patch based around that story, where maybe you know how it was like the IPC ship that got attacked and then they did the plant, like you could have had characters there around that whole stuff that happened before. I think that would have been a cool story to experience as well. But I think the whole prison thing, I mean Shui Yi dying, I knew she wasn't dead because, you know, she's just a consciousness in a robot. Like that didn't bother me. But I thought all the cutscenes were insane in that patch as well, in that story. Like
me, I'm always gonna have a bone to pick with that. Don't get me wrong, the cutscenes are nice, but they're always 3 seconds long, and that's my biggest complaint. I'm like, why are they 3 seconds long? And Volk, I know you quit ZZZ early, but all ZZZ's cutscenes are 30 seconds long. And they're even more frequent. Like it's like 30 seconds longer and more frequent. So it's like I come back to HSR and I'm like, HSR's making infinitely more money than all the other Hoyo games. How the fuck do y'all still have 3 second cutscenes?
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't want to take it away. You're right. It was God tier. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just thought it was just like the setting of it, especially once you got onto the ship as well. Like those cutscenes were sick with and Yang Qing. Surely we get a new version of Yang Qing.
I hope,
because I'm like he's the guy. This is something I love about characters is like when there's a character you don't like and you start liking them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I never
always liked Yang Qing.
I never really liked him at the start. I'm like just shut up. And then it was like and now he's like he's developing.
Yeah, I like him because he's a meme, bro. He's fucking hilarious, bro. I love seeing him get little bro the whole story.
Yeah. But no,
he gets sunned.
I feel like he's had so much screen time and like I feel like he's due. I feel like he's due for a big glow up and a new 5-star. Maybe he gets like, maybe they do like put him into a hyperbolic time chamber and he comes out like as this massive rip dude and he's like, I don't know, something.
Especially considering that he's like Jingyuan's protege, which Jingyuan in lore is fucking cracked, right? Yeah. Like Jingyuan in story and in tier list he's mid, but in lore he's cracked.
Yeah,
he's fucking like really strong. But not only that, the motherfucker did some Jing Liu upgraded sword slice finisher on Hule. So it's like you can see the potential of an evolution there. You really could. And if they did that, it would blow my mind, bro. Because it's like, yay, King, you never would have expected it.
Speaking of the Jiggly sword style, you know what I love, and ever since they flagged it in the story that they all use the same sword style, like her and Blade, you know, they have the same, and then we get the March 7th. And so he's passed on that sword style, so she still holds the sword the same as all of it. Like, I thought that was a really cool continuity that I really enjoyed.
Chat, YouTube, we gotta be proud of our boy Volkin. Bro has been paying attention to the story. He caught some shit I ain't even catch. That's crazy. Volkin's locked in, YouTube. This is insanity. Hold on, bro. Let me pinch myself, make sure I'm not dreaming real quick. Okay, now what did you think about the big reveal at the end? And like, what caught me off guard is who she was with. More importantly, you can go ahead and reveal it. I'm kind of like
the Ranmei Ting Yun.
I thought that was crazy. What did you think about that? Like, why Ranmei?
I have no idea because they mentioned her earlier in the story as well, and I can't remember. Like, I remember getting to the end and they're saying Ranmei, and it was talking about. Was it when they were talking to Yukong about a ship that they went and inspected, and then they didn't find anyone there, and then they said, "But do you know Ranmei?" I can't remember exactly how that little bit of plot line went, and that was the first thing. So, I
think you're right. No, Volk, you're not alone there. Now you got me over here trying to like search my memory for how it ended. So YouTube, y'all help us down in the comment section on that one.
I'm trying to remember now that you say it. Is like, was it? I think it was talking with Yukong, and was it like the ship? You know how Yukong has that daughter chick from the side quest who was actually her like best friend's daughter, but she died. It's like, don't tell me they're going to bring that character who wasn't even a character back to life because Ranmei saved her because she found her in the ruins of the ship or something. That's just where my mind went, but I don't know the continuity of what happened in that little mention of Ranmei early in that storyline.
Volk, I'm still impressed how you keep remembering shit I don't even remember, bro. What the hell, dog? You're like a different person right now. I can't even recognize you. Who the fuck are you, bro? Are you Sparkle in disguise, bro?
New lore channel.
Yeah. I mean, for me though, what tripped me out is like is Ranmei out of all people being the one to discover Ting Yun. It's crazy to me because I think Ranmei's power is on the level of, it might even be higher than Acheron and them. I feel like she's one of those characters that ascends to godhood and for real becomes an Eon.
Yeah.
And her discovering Ting Yun is like a powerful discovery for me because I'm just like, what is her motive for that? She's a busy fucking woman, Volk. Why is she with Ting Yun? And she's not exactly a good person or a bad person. She's a fucking scientist and a mad one at that.
Yeah.
So it's no telling what she's doing there and what her motives are.
Yeah, but did you find it like? But did it when they said Ranmei, were you like, what the fuck, Ranmei?
Yeah, I was confused. I was just like, well, actually, what I said verbatim is I said, I don't know if that's a good thing. To Ranmei, I don't know if I want to be discovered by Ranmei. That's literally what I did straight when I was reacting, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting because that leaves room for a lot of different like avenues they can go down with the reveal of Ting Yun. But what I do know, I haven't seen any rapid leaks. I've done a great job avoiding them. But I've already been spoiled. Me
neither, guys. I'm not pulling for her.
I really want to have a fresh reaction, a authentic reaction to all of her gameplay when they finally reveal her through the official. And that's because recently, Volk, getting on a side tangent, when I go to these live streams and they reveal the new characters, I'm just always like,
yeah.
I seen that shit 2 months ago, bro. Like, I can't even get excited about it. I saw it 2 months ago. So I've tried my best to avoid it and I succeeded. But what I was coming back to is I did not succeed in the leaks after those leaks, which apparently it's Ting Yun, you know? And I'm just like, wow, bro. Like, you can't avoid all of this stuff. But what I'm trying to get at is maybe Ranmei is going to have some type of role to play in amplifying Ting Yun's prowess.
Yeah.
And maybe Ting Yun's going to power creep Ranmei and fucking Robin.
Who knows?
Which I don't know about any of that. No, Volk, seriously. I don't know about any of that. I'm just saying if it's Ting Yun, the most broken 4-star in the game, then I would believe it. I would. I believe if it's anybody that can power creep them too, it's her, bro.
Before we get too far on, we're forgetting one main part about the Fei Xiao story. And that's Fei Xiao herself.
Oh, Fei Xiao herself.
In
Holy
the story,
fuck.
dude, I loved her character because she was.
Oh, she's great, man.
I messaged you. I was like, she reminds me of Mereoleona from Black Clover.
Any empowering woman from any fucking anime, she reminds you of him. She's just a bad bitch, bro. She's just a badass.
Yeah, and then like when she goes, you can't give me your bow, and then she just goes, and so it's just like, yeah, she's cool. Yeah.
Have you seen Fate Stay Night, man, or no?
No.
So okay, so that totally was inspired heavily by the collab they're gonna be doing down the line by a guy named Archer. He shoots an arrow just like that. Potent as fuck, explode a whole goddamn radius up. But like as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, bro, she's trying to be like my boy, man.
Yeah, no, she was just wicked, and it's like you know when like at the start when the two kids are having their little tiff, and she just like goes like the two fingers and like stops them both. It's just like that's just such a flex on power. Aura. It's ridiculous.
Aura.
Yeah,
yep, just like calm down, little pups.
Yeah, it was so good. So I thought her character was great.
Yeah,
and I like
she's cracked. She's an emanator. Oh, that's another one we need to talk about. She's an emanator, right?
Dude, can I be honest? As much as I've been paying attention to story, emanators, like I still don't like. What is an emanator? Like, so this may sound stupid for me.
I'm the best guy to
because like the back end story stuff, I don't know where it came in the main story to understand all of it, but I feel like I missed it.
Yeah,
because I know Acheron's the emanator of nihility, and it's like what are just like a very blessed person from that path. Like I don't get it.
That no, you already put two and two together. It's essentially like a chosen one of the god. The god out of all the millions of people they could pretty much choose, they chose that motherfucker to represent a fraction of their power. Now, everyone, there's not a percentage that they particularly like have of the Eon. Everybody's percentages can be different. There could be a fucking emanator out there wielding 99% of the Eon's power, which would be wild because Eons, you know, as you know, they can destroy fucking universes and shit. But the Hunt Path dude, or the Hunt Path god himself, coming down to bless her with this fucking Escanor axe. That is pretty much their way of saying, I choose you to represent me, child.
Yeah.
At least that's what I took it as. And so like, I think that was pretty much a confirmation without confirming that she is an emanator of the Hunt Path.
Yeah.
Now, YouTube, if y'all think, if I misunderstood it, you got the lore nerds, the motherfucking, they got PhDs in this, then please enlighten my ignorant ass. I don't know. I'd love to hear about that. But go ahead, Volk.
Yeah, because, and like the whole reason, and I like the way she's so defined, doesn't second guess or anything like that. And it's because she's got the shorter lifespan because of her moon rage or whatever it is.
Ooh, that was cool to get into too.
And then
growing up as a wolf.
Yeah, and so like now it's like, does the fact that she ate the heart just nullify that? Is that where we're getting to with it? Like, I don't know.
Nullify what? Nullify what? Say it again. Nullify what?
Well, because she had the shorter lifespan, because the way the Foxians that are susceptible to the blood rage, like it shortens their life or whatever. Whereas
I get what you mean.
So maybe the heart that she ate, the blood, like Hulei's heart, like is that gonna like now give her extra longer like fix that whole issue that they're trying to fix with her by seeing Bailu and all that shit?
I'm not entirely sure they even disclosed that in the story, but Hulei did say that heart and eating it was a ritual of all the rulers of his wolf race. And so I think you're cooking there when you say because she ate it, she by definition now took over the...
Well, because he was alive for 700 years without food in a torture chamber. Like...
And he did explain to Zhao Shou how he is unkillable and can't be killed. And I can't recollect the whole entire thing, but I think it did have something to do. He did explain how he had to eat the heart out of the previous ruler. Yeah. And then that kind of like played a role in it. So I think you're cooking. I literally think you're cooking. I was going to say maybe the Hunt Path blessing just like it just cleansed that bitch like Scooby-Doo. But no, I think yours makes so much more sense and has so much more depth to the meaning of it. Yeah, I would say. And here's the other thing that I didn't know. YouTube lore nerds enlighten me on. They said that she was half wolf, half Foxian. Did they mean it in a sense? Because I predicted it beforehand. I really did before they even said it. But did they mean it in a sense that she's half wolf because she grew up with wolves, or she's literally half wolf because her fucking mom or dad was a wolf?
I'm not completely across this. I thought somewhere along the line I heard something like that they grew up. They were from the same planet, the wolves and the foxes. And there was like a genetic thing where some of the foxes could be impacted by the blood moon. I can't remember what they called it, but the moon rage, whatever it is. And for them, it was like seen as a nerf, the ones that had it, whereas all the wolves had it, and it was like what made them them.
They loved it.
So I don't know how that worked out. I didn't get. I don't know. I just didn't comprehend it, so I'm not too sure.
Same
is the answer.
I mean, and I didn't miss a single ounce of it, as I'm sure you didn't either. I just never really saw an explicit statement saying, no, her dad, she's literally half wolf. I think they meant it in a sense like Mowgli and fucking Tarzan. Like she grew up with a wolf, so therefore she's half wolf. You know what I mean?
I honestly don't know. I'd be curious to see in the comments if anyone has that answer.
I you know what? I'll be honest. I'm just happy that me and you came to a podcast and started talking about story for 30 minutes straight. This is actually incredible. But now I want to go to the next topic. Fei Xiao, I think we can all agree that she made Honkai Star Rail great again. Now, listen, we're not saying that Honkai Star Rail was dead before Fei Xiao, but I can assure you she definitely brought back the fucking hype and vigor into the game again. Would you agree with that, Volk? And how do you like her? Go for it.
Do you think Acheron and Firefly didn't do the same thing?
No, that's what I mean, though. Like, there was a bit of a dead patch in between. Yeah. No. I put her on the same level of hype as Fei Xiao, as Acheron and Firefly. Same exact concept.
Yeah. So 100%. I think she's just one of those weak characters, and I think they do it really well. Of like just releasing characters that are not just powerful but also cool and have unique aspects to them. Like I love her technique outside of battle because I started with a fresh account with her.
You probably don't look at it.
Like it is so satisfying trying to actually accumulate as many enemies as possible in a run around a map in 20 like to hit as many as possible
because it's guaranteed.
Once you get beyond 10 waves, it becomes like it's super fun. It's just like kadoosh. Like, I find it more satisfying.
Trotters, man.
Dude, I find it more satisfying than Acheron's one where you just insta kill. It's just like because you're running around. And the other thing was, when I did my second playthrough through Penaconi, when you go into the Grand Theater and there's like this little cutscene where it's not like a proper anime cutscene, it's a cutscene that pauses and uses it from the game, and it's you with whatever character you are just slowly walking up to the thing. And I had like 8 enemies in my whirlwind, and it was still there in the cutscene. And then so they just was just like doing the, and I was like, yeah, this is cool.
That's so good, man.
But yeah, I think her.
That's so good,
and along with the fact that we got free March as well.
Visualize that shit.
Yeah, dude, it was so satisfying because
serious,
because then you got
music,
what's the dude that everyone likes but I have no interest in? Robin's brother, what's his name? It's a day Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, and it's like he's like trying to talk, be all serious, and then I'm just seeing like all these enemies going. It's so satisfying.
That's a funny visual in my head, dude.
But yeah,
do you think?
You go.
I was going to change the topic. I feel like you wanted to finish that thought, though.
No, I think she's just one of those cool, powerful characters that, once again, they've given us a free unit to synergize super well. So that is one thing that I think they are doing super well with the free units. They're making them feel really powerful as 4 stars or as free or MCs 5
March
stars.
is a fucking monster, man.
March is insane, and the fact that she synergizes so well, so it's one less unit that you've got to pull, is fantastic. It's kind of like, Firefly. Okay, here you go. Here's Gallagher to go with Firefly, and also here's Harmony MC. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Like even if you don't have Run May, like. It's like
Harmony MC synergy is insane. Yeah, and they're all free, every single one of them.
They're giving us great synergies.
You just gave me an idea. I'm gonna have to do a showcase, free to play, 4 stars only.
Yeah. So I think they're doing really well at introducing characters that just feel overpowered.
You just gave me a brilliant idea. I'm sorry, my ADHD's taking over, bro. I'm about to do that fucking comp with like Dan Hung, bro.
Dude, so,
I am 4-star Dan Hung. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. My bad, bro.
Yeah, no. You're right. Yeah. And that's. I mean, we can also talk about what's the next chick we're getting? Fire Healer.
That's at Lingsha?
Lingsha, yeah, that's it. Sorry, mind farted on her name. I think she's going to be really cool because I think she's going to work in as the follow-up sustain and also as the break sustain. So,
she's going to be cracked, man.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a fantastic one, and I really want to do a Fei Xiao break follow-up team. I don't think it's going to be the best, but I feel like
she's so cracked.
You could get some really fun stuff once you pull her as well. and then just using the 2 free characters being March and Trailblazer. So like if you like, because I started just now, if I just pull her as my first sustain, because I'm still using Natasha.
Volky, you cooking, brother? You cooking right there. Linkshot, Harmony,
because
MC.
you got to remember, because
right?
with March, she also buffs the break effect.
Yep, she does 30%.
So she's also buffing break effect. We got Linkshot with the break synergy, but then Linkshot also has the follow ups, which means you're going to be attacking more frequently, and then you can get more super break in.
And all of them do crazy toughness reduction, which is all of it synergizes with obviously super break.
Yeah.
So like they're the toughness reduction of your attack, which I'm sure you already know is a multiplicative of how much super break damage you're gonna do. March's enhanced basic does an absurd amount of. Bro, it's like, dude, the fucking meter's like that long.
Yeah,
like,
you use March's ultimate, and you're like, oh, fucking wet noodle, and then you get the enhanced basic, and then she goes. And the thing, honestly, this is one of the weird things. The thing about March's enhanced basic that is the best thing is the
wet
way
noodle, bro.
Is the way at the end she goes shing, like the way she says shing.
Oh my God.
I just find it super satisfying because it's like she's taking the piss and she goes shing, but then it goes boom, and then like it's just all the damage. It's like.
Dude, hearing those like when she's throwing them in hands, oh my god, that shit is satisfying, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to cook with Linkshot as well because she's actually the first. I believe, am I wrong in saying this? She's the first sustainer that can attack with her entire kit. Her ult, her basic, and her skill all deal damage. I think she's the first.
Yep.
Yeah, she is. She's the first sustainer in the game to attack with her entire kit. Nobody else attacks with their entire kit.
Yep.
And she has an additional hit, the follow-up. So basic, skill, ult, and follow-up all deal shield break damage and damage in and of itself.
And it's just the way the game has to go with sustains.
It has to
for them to be viable, because you get to the point where you don't need sustains anymore. So unless sustains now need to have a combination of buffing and damage. Like some are heavily buffing versus damage. Some are and I think she's going to be a heavily damaged one for AoE damage especially. But they have to have, and they have to keep adding more damage / support into sustains if they want to sell the character. Because people are at the point where they don't need sustains. So you need that overwhelming, overpowered, and I just like the fact that she has like the summon like little character thing. I don't even know what the fuck that thing is called. I know it's got a name, but I don't know what the fuck it is. You see it in one of the
little rabbit, bro.
You see it in the new side quest when you're going through the tournament with Luca, but I can't remember what they called it. But it's I love characters that have like summon, like extra like summons and pets and stuff like that. So I just think that's really cool. Yeah.
Apparently, speaking of which, I didn't even put this down as a topic, but apparently a lot of people, to my surprise, they enjoyed the tournament arc story more than the Hule story, which I think is wild. Because I've been listening to the tournament arc story, not with my undivided attention, but I've been kind of keeping up with it. You get Luca's backstory. And you also get a little bit more story between him and the other characters like Boot Hill. Every time he goes up against somebody, it's like a little bit of story twist. I don't think it's touching the Hule story, but it is enjoyable.
I'm going to be honest. I'm only up to the bit where they're talking to Linkshot, so I haven't finished the event.
Okay, my bad. Well, some people are saying like they like it better, and I think they're tripping. But
I've been skipping it all. I've just been spam clicking.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm not spam clicking, but I'm spam clicking. Like I'm trying to like pay attention to make sure, because I kept that thought in my head. I said, okay, they're saying it's good. Let me see. And they kind of yapping.
Yeah.
I'm like half-assing it, man.
Oh, actually, now that you mentioned Boot Hill, that was the one thing I really liked from they're like as much as I didn't like Penaconi. Like I said, I feel like when you say like I've been paying attention to the story, I feel like I paid attention to everything up until Penaconi. And then once I found out Penaconi's a dream, I lost interest that whole period. And I think that was my problem. And that just killed me with Star Rail for like a year. Yeah. Because I just completely lost interest. But there was a few good ones. And the one that I really loved was the Galaxy Ranger story, and the way Boot Hill explained what the Galaxy Rangers are. And it's like we just have a bottom line. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. And it's like, if you see that shit,
get rid of motherfuckers.
Everyone fucking comes. You know what I mean?
It's like the Avengers, man. Yeah.
It's like that unwritten rule where like everyone has friends, where it doesn't matter if you like. I have friends that I've not spoken to in like a year. I don't catch up with people anymore. Once you get a family, it's different. But if that person
You preaching to the choir there, brother.
Out of the blue, you're there. Like, it doesn't matter. And I love that
like
principle.
No time has gone by.
Yeah, and I loved that principle that he explained with the Galaxy Rangers. I thought that was really cool, and I just loved that whole side of it. I thought that was great.
No, dude, you're preaching, brother, and you even brought it into real life. I didn't even recognize the value of what you just explained with Boot Hill mentioning that until now. Like, you just now put that perspective into my brain, and now I can recognize the beauty in it. That's fucking cool, honestly. But yeah, I was thinking of it on more of a savage level. I was like, dude, they're talking about when it's time to run the fade, we all link up. Yeah. Which was really fucking cool, man. And they have that one mission. Their mission is to eradicate evil, period. Yeah. So against all odds, no matter what's going on, when evil stands before them, they're showing up. And I thought that was cool. Like, that was the edgy part of the Boot Hill or the Galaxy Rangers that, of course, a fucking, a meathead like
which
me
gets me onto
appreciate.
A random question. I never read the description of Rapper's Twitter post. What is she? Is she like a Galaxy Ranger or is she something else?
I think she's a Galaxy Ranger. She's a rapper, but she's another Galaxy Ranger.
Okay, that's what I thought. Like, because as I'm going through this, I'm like, she must be a Galaxy Ranger, and I'm like, I've just never read it. Yeah,
she's another Galaxy Ranger, dude, which is actually sick. Now you got me excited because I'm like, damn, her and Boot Hill are going to have some type of a fucking history. Yeah. That's going to be so interesting listening to those two. Yeah. Well, fork me, son of a nice lady. Dude, that's going to be funny, man.
Honestly, that stuff is sometimes cringe, but because it's Star Rail and they can't swear, the way they did that son of a nice lady one was like, that hit me. I was just like, this is great. Like, it's like that's like something I would say in front of my kids. Like, so if I'm trying to say something to friends and my kids are around, like, that's the kind of thing I would say. Like, a son of a nice lady, because they get it, but the kids can't. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, that is so brilliant.
No, absolutely, man. I mean, dude, I'll be honest, folks. There's a lot of good story, like plots in Penaconi, but now that I think about it, every time you mention the dream, you're right. Firefly, her entire like purpose in that story, they kept gassing up that she was going to have this moment that was kind of like hinting at her going to die. And then again, what happened? She was supposed to die, but then it ended up being a fireworks show at the end, and her purpose was bringing you to a fucking fireworks show. Like, it was just crazy stuff like that, where I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is cringe.
Yeah,
Sparkle and with the bombs.
The bomb.
I thought it was gonna be real bombs.
Yeah, and so like, and the bomb is like, and then she's like, I'm gonna fly away, and I'm like, just fucking throw it off the ship, you fucking moron. I'm like, you're on a ship, like, so high up, just throw it. Who cares?
But Sparkle was a letdown for me, bro, because I really wanted Sparkle to be a really fucking, like, a cunt. I wanted her to be a real villain, bro. That just didn't have a carrying bone in her body about what the havoc it would cause everyone,
So I'm basically, because like I said, I was scattered on Penaconi's story, but in one of the recaps videos that I listened to, wasn't it that Sparkle was hired by Silverwolf to go make sure that Firefly would get her 3 deaths?
I'll be honest with you. If it is, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's something I think I heard in one of the recaps. I could be wrong on that take, but I think that was Sparkle's purpose for being there, was that she was hired by Silverwolf.
The problem with my brain in these gacha games, Volk, is the downtime causes me to forget a lot of shit.
And so that's kind of what I was trying to say at the start as well, where I got onto a tangent. But that kind of in-depth story spread out over 8 months.
It's painful. It's brutal.
And that's tough. That's real tough. Man.
You can't expect me to remember all of that, bro. And it's been 4 months. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you know how much I did in 4 months as a dad, as a person who has a separate fucking business. Like, oh my god, dude.
And that's why I love the Fei Xiao bit, because it was like, it was cool. You had distinct characters with distinct personalities that made sense. Like I said, Hule was an amazing villain in my opinion, because he was true to his standards, and then Fei Xiao was like that great protagonist, where I know some people like more in-depth stuff and stuff like that, but I was like, no, we're just straight down the line. Doesn't matter how long you have between doing this stuff, it all makes sense. Like, maybe that's because I'm maybe it's because I'm a simpleton, but like, I'm just like, nah, that was a clean story in my opinion.
No, I agree. And the length, most importantly, it wasn't fucking 85 hours long. I think, I don't know who said this, but a story it doesn't have to be long. Like, long doesn't equal good story. Good story equals good story, bro. It doesn't have to be 30 hours for you to say it was good. It could be 5 hours. It could be 30 minutes and it could be a good story, honestly. So I think that's what I admired about this too. It was short and snappy, but long enough to get the message across.
And it feels like you have a whole understanding of an entire world in itself from that short story because they just delivered it in a good way.
You didn't fill my fucking brains up with convoluted dialogue talking about how little Timmy lost his balloon, bro. You want to hear about that? No, but I wanted to move on to the last question this was a fun episode, Volk. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Do you think Fei Xiao, I'm just going to ask a question. Do you think Fei Xiao can be power crept?
Can she be power crept?
Yeah.
Everything can be power crept. They've shown that.
I agree, but Topaz is only aged like wine.
Yeah.
The reason I say it, Volk, let me cook real quick before you go. The reason I say it is because she's the first DPS of her kind where she literally gets better when the team gets better. She gets better when other DPS deal damage. Every other DPS in the game, they only get better when you just sacrifice everything to pour them into being a DPS. She's the first person that's like, again, power friendship ass DPS where it's like, okay, I got other people popping off, well, now I'm popping off. So I feel like she's the hardest power creep of main DPSs. But like I said, I'd love to hear your
I can see
nuance.
what you're saying with that she's the hardest power creep of main DPS, but I think a main DPS is always the easiest thing to power creep.
I know, but that's why I wanted to have the discussion though. Like, how? Like, what do you even power creep Fei Xiao? Well, keep in mind, she's the hunt path to DPS.
I get it, but do you remember when it was like Imbibalune came out and you're like, how do you power creep this guy? Oh, it's Jing Liu.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't. Did I say that? No, I don't think I said that. You'd have to go find that clip.
I wasn't saying you said it. I was just saying, like, like that was like the general concept. Like, he was so much more powerful, and then it's like this guy's got to be the top. Like I remember the conversations when he came out about how broken he was, and then they just went Jing Liu, and I was like, what? You know what I mean?
So like, I think a better example for me is Jian in Wuthering Waves, and this is going to prove your point and prove me wrong if anything. I feel like Imbiber Lune is riddled with flaws. There's a lot of flaws in his kit. Like, you have to like use all 3 skill points to do one attack. He's not fast. Again, you have to do a hyper DPS comp for him to work. There's a lot of flaws in his kit. There's not a lot in Fei Xiao's other than single target, but then the follow-up comps make it so that's AoE. However, there's this one thing that I saw in Wuthering Waves that completely changed the game for me. I was like, okay, anybody can always be power crept. Jian had a insane kit on Wuthering Waves release. Like, every little tick was doing more damage than skills of other characters and ults of other characters. And it was just like brain dead, base. And then they just straight up dropped characters with just higher multipliers, like, just period. Like, they just said, fuck his ticks. I'm just going to give you a way higher multiplier. That's just the most outright high form of power creep. That's true power creep. Like, I'm not gonna like devise it in a way to where you have to work for it.
Yeah, everyone's just getting higher multipliers. Like,
correct. That's so I guess that proves your point and that answers the question. Just throw a higher multiplier in there and say fuck you guys. Yeah, you know what I mean that's it.
I think where we're at is I think now we rinse and repeat because we went through hyper carry, then we went into dot, then we went into break, then we went into follow up. I think we're just gonna rinse and repeat. We're gonna go back to hyper carry meta, then we're gonna go back through dot meta. I think they're just gonna keep rinsing and repeating, and because they're going through 4 different styles of gameplay. It won't feel like you're instantly getting power crept in your role.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
It does. So I think by having 4 different styles,
the sushi thingy I said last time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but because they have,
I can never remember the name of that dumbass name, bro. Like, I can never remember it. I just know it does this.
The sushi train.
Yeah, well, it's called something though, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Fuck, I got no idea. But yeah, like, because like think about like, when was the last hyper carry meta? That was Jing Liu. Has there been another hyper carry since that?
Yun Li is technically kind of a hyper carry.
Yun Li's kind of like the awkward one. She's the revenge is a bit different. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get, she's not a true original OG hyper carry though.
Her and Clara are kind of in their own little field.
You're right. True, fair. I guess you're right then.
Yeah, it was kind of Jing Liu.
Dr. Ratio? Did Dr. Ratio come after Jing Liu?
He's follow up.
That motherfucker's a hyper carry though. Well, now I guess now with all the other new additions,
now he's a follow-up.
You're right. Fair. You're okay. I think you're right then. I think you're right.
Yeah, and also with hypercarry, I think when you look at hypercarry, you're also looking at least destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? In an MOC sense. I feel like hunt versus destruction is a bit different.
I'm racking my brain and I can't find anything else. So I think you're cooking.
And then we went into dot because we had Kafka, then Black Swan.
Yes,
that's kind of fallen off. No one really talks about it. No one really does it.
That means it's coming around the corner. It's going to power creep everybody. And
now everyone's got break front of mind and now follow up front of mind. So those are the two that are taking all the spotlight. So simply after this, when we get into 3.x or whenever it be, we just jump back and they give us a power crept hyper carry. I guess Acheron kind of technically, like Acheron's kind of like a weird one actually.
Yeah, Ting Yun's totally gonna fit right into dot. I know it. It's just it's the only thing that makes sense. Why would you put her in follow up? Follow up has Robin. Why would you put her in break? Break has Ron May. The only other fucking slot, it has to be dot. What else would it be?
Yeah.
Well, I'm serious. I don't know what else it would be.
You know something I'm waiting for? I think the one thing that they haven't explored, which you brought me onto with Yun Li, is the revenge strategy of follow-up.
Ooh,
so
that would be
you could make a character that summons like ghost images of the enemies. So there's more enemies that then advance and attack but deal wet noodle damage. So you're giving the enemy side of the field enemies that are going to attack, not do much damage, but proc all your Avengers that deal splash damage. And then you're going to get extra. Like, I feel like there is a cool character
that makes the enemy go again.
Yeah, well, not only that, like I'm thinking. So this is my brain because I play so many other games. There's a character in AFK Arena, this Awakened Chimera, and basically when she has this thing where she rips out ephemeral spirits from enemy characters and puts them on the battlefield. They don't do damage, but they can take damage, which then gets soaked into the enemy. So
I get what you're saying.
So like you suck the spirit out of an enemy character and they come on the battlefield and they can attack, but they only do like 10% of the damage. So like they get sucked out, they get advanced, and then they just attack with a basic attack into your Avenger, which then just starts snowball. I feel like there's something cool that could happen there.
Do you know who would be broken if that happened though?
Clara.
Fei Xiao.
Huh? Fei Xiao.
The ticks. Every time they attack, that fills up her ult. It would break the game for her. Because you got all these spirits going tick, 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 and her fucking point system's just going off the way.
No. I'm talking about it's enemy spirits.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So hold on. The enemy spirits are attacking you.
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. I misunderstood you. That would be a revenge.
Yeah, so like enemy spirits that attack you. Like, I feel like the revenge gameplay is something that they could evolve, but it's a bit more niche. But yeah, I feel like that would be a cool thing.
Because right now, Yun Li is meta as fuck because of the enemies attacking so high frequently, and they're also doing adjacent AoE, so it makes it easy for her to pretty much always get hit. And then you got Hule coming out, who's going to have 500 speed. She's going to fucking pop off with that dude too. But like, I think that's the only issue here is like, if you throw that in the game, then
wait, Hule coming out? What are we talking about?
Hule's the next big boss that's going to be coming into the game. In the MOC is going to be Hule.
Dude. I thought you were talking about it as a playable character. I got excited for a second. I was like, like tell me that would be cool. Right now. Tell me that would be sick if we got him as a playable character. That would be like the epitome of the game.
Nah, dude, I mean, I would fucking love that. But I was pretty much just getting at that right now we're in the meta of the revenge meta.
Yeah.
There's so much attacking going on.
That's something Star Rail's good at doing though, is making a meta towards the characters that they release.
Dude, Volk. And they're fucking eating it up right now in this community. Yeah, these broken. I told you she was good. And I keep saying, like, bro, this is fucking for her. Okay, let's talk when they take those attack frequencies away. Let's see what happens. Because Volk, I was playing Yun Li before this happened against the choir fucking people, and one of the fuckers just wouldn't attack. He just kept putting dots on you, and dots don't count towards getting hit. Yeah. So, but my Yun Li was literally half the strength she was now. Swish, yeah, that motherfucker, bro. Yeah. And I was just like, this Yun Li is mid as shit, and then all of a sudden she dropped this attack frequency shit, and everybody thinks she's broken. I'm like, okay, buddy, we'll see. Well, I'll talk to you in 2 months.
That's
when
gonna,
she drops down to T1.
Yeah, it was like Clara at the start of the game was amazing because you weren't geared up enough, and she could get the revenge and do decent damage of it and be a tank. And yeah,
she's broken,
dude. I've always Svarog just is too cool. Like we need more of those characters. Like I said, if we could get Hule in the game, holy shit, I would. That would be so cool. But
I know.
But I mean, we are eating good. Like I think they have done a good balance of releasing characters that are of my style. Like Boot Hill was cool. I didn't pull Boot Hill because I was saving for Firefly, but Sam is an insanely cool unit. You're never going to change my mind on that. Like it's just it's just too cool. I think Acheron was pretty cool as well, but also appealed to the waifu lovers out there as well. And then I think Fei Xiao was the characters that cover everyone, I think are the best ones. Fei Xiao, I feel like he's still going to get the simp vote on that one, but you also got the really cool character vote on it as well.
Correct.
Because she's got that good vibe about her. And then honestly,
masculine, empowering, general leadership, just all the good traits of what makes a character like an idol.
I don't know if Rapper's going to be as good for like the waifu collector type people, because I don't know if that's what they're looking for in a character. But for me, I think Rapper is just too cool. Like I'm just like, this character is insanely
She's me and
cool.
your type. No, I'm telling you, Fei Xiao and her, and even Acheron, if you take away the waifu aspects, all three of them are me and your kind of characters. They're very fucking edgy, bro. Like, just badass.
But I think they've done a good job. And you know what I'm realizing more with the game? Because I've started this fresh account. If there was a skip button, it would be fantastic because it would save you a lot of the time. But jumping into a fresh account, for me, feels so much better because every relic you get is like, oh, is it going to be better? Because it's got a high chance. Like your progression feeling is great, but the amount of bloody jades you get is insane. And I wanted to run this fresh account because of our last conversation talking about, the extra triple banners and stuff. I now think it's a good thing.
Because you get a lot of that shit.
You get so many jades. I've spent probably I re-rolled for the Fei Xiao. So that was a 10 pull. I've done 10 pulls since then. And I already have like 20,000 jade saved up, and I haven't done any side questing, any map exploration, anything.
I feel like that's not shit.
Huh?
What I mean is, like, I feel like that could go away like that.
If you think about how quick you can level on a new account and get into, like, in 2 days, you're farming, you can start getting 5-star relics.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Because there is no break, there is no point where you have to stop and wait for levels anymore because of all the questing and all the main story quests give you like 1,500 experience each. Like you level.
See, hold on. Let me cut you off real quick. What I was thinking was my experience, and now I get what you're saying. My experience was once you hit AR 30, you were just fucked for the next 3 to 4 weeks until you hit 40. You're saying you can get all of that in a matter of 24 hours because of all the shit.
On my new account, I have played for a week. I haven't really taken breaks. It's just like it takes you a while to get through the game. I have never hit a point where it says come back at this level.
Wow.
I'm currently level 45,
that's huge, Volk.
I think, and I've cleared Penaconi.
Volk, that is content that you need to make ASAP.
Yeah, well, that's what I told you. I'm going to make that video, put that up before I put this one up.
Yeah, so, you got to make that,
because
dude. That's crazy.
Everyone's talking about the new player experience and like talking about it, but no one's doing it. So I'm like, I'm going to do it and find out. But like, okay, so get this. If it was like
the reroll god himself,
dude, I just play gacha games as like, and this is why I play free to play. And like I said this, like I came to this realization. It's like I just enjoy playing them as roguelikes. Like I should just start a fresh Honkai Star Rail account every 6 months and play it like a roguelike because it's the most fun. Like I enjoy logging. Like I can't wait to play the game and get progression. Whereas on your main account, I'm sure you feel this. You're like, like I'll jump in, do it, maybe make a video. But like the roguelike aspect of a gacha game is pretty cool in my opinion. Like I love the progression. But
it's the reason why your ass is so caught up in AFK journey. It's that experience all over again. It's just progress.
Yeah, and the thing that I love about the 3 banners now, from a new player's perspective especially, is the first thing you need is 2 DPS. The game gives you great free supports, but the free DPS don't cut it anymore.
Did you say great free supports?
March, MC.
I know, but that's just one side.
Huh? Yeah, March.
That's just one side.
March, MC, Pella's still good, Ting Yun's still good.
They don't give you a Pella. They don't give you a Ting Yun either.
No, but okay, 4 stars I feel like we can consider in that realm of obtainable. No?
Yeah, no. Like I think no. I agree with you. First of all, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, you still gotta like pray you get them at one point. Like, all right, is he gonna come off?
Oh, yeah, that's like I don't have a Gallagher yet. Like,
yeah,
it is
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
you get a Gallagher for free though.
Huh?
You do get a Gallagher for free.
Where?
It's in one of the event shits. Once you go over, you know how events just transfer over and you can do them whenever you want to at your own convenience. You just haven't done that event yet. One of the events you get to choose a Gallagher.
Oh, I didn't think the character selector carried through on those. I'll have to check that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
If you can, I literally just yesterday leveled up my Natasha because I couldn't finish the Penaconi last battle without a healer. It was killing me. I played the whole game without a healer because I refused to level up my Natasha. And then I got there, I was just like,
I feel you. I'm pretty sure you could choose a Gallagher. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like Gallagher, there was a Pella in there. Yeah, I remember the event, but I didn't know those selectors still come through. But
I think the only thing that doesn't transfer over is the fucking rewards, which is perfect. Makes sense. Like the rewards you could get at the time of doing the event.
It's only the limited rewards. All the permanent rewards you still get. Like Auramali.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Auramali, you get like 4,000 experience for doing Auramali. I haven't done it yet. So that's another 4,000 experience I have to get. Like I said, the new player experience is insane. But okay, like I said, what I was trying to say though is I think the first thing you need to pick up is a couple DPS.
Correct.
Because the 4 stars ain't cutting it. Like you get like what are you going to use, a Joie as you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what's fucking mental? Do you remember original launch? Worst 4-star on the tier list, Pella. Worst 5-star on the tier list, Himiko. Do you know the only 2 that I actually want because I need them to build them?
Yeah, those
Pella
2, bro.
and Himiko. It is so brilliant.
Himiko is such a sleeper too for all the daily shit, like just doing like pure fiction auto.
Yeah, I mean Himiko Pella from the start of the game was always the thing on your daily farm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Daily farm.
You just jump into battle and it's just like, what did I say?
You said Pella.
Oh, sorry, I meant Herder. Yeah, it was just
Herder.
like, you just do like, and then Herder goes, kuda. It's like, you just like melt everything. It was so satisfying.
And they're meta for pure fiction. Like, that is so fucking crazy to me, man.
It was like anytime they gave us the media server, you'd have to go in and like level everything and shit at the start, like early days before they started boosting them. So all you do is go to that thing. The first thing you level up is Herder and Pella, and then you just go to that Calyx, and then you just churn through it. It was like 2 hours a day every time. Just every time they gave you a new one, just like getting experience. It's like just dump the experience on there.
Nah, man, you're putting me on game though with this new player experience. Are you cooking?
Yeah,
I have my free to play account and I dropped it. Couldn't keep up with it.
I still haven't finished. The point I was trying to say is the extra banners are good because the best time to start is during a DPS banner. So Fei Xiao, for instance. If you're starting in the next patch and the main banner is a healer, then you're on sort of the back foot. But the extra 3 banners gives you a chance to get a DPS. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, the extra banners are Kafka and Black Swan and Robin, which I'll talk about Robin in a sec. But Kafka, Black Swan, I have no interest in that, so I'm not going to pull for one of those 2 characters. But by having these extra banners, it allows you to get a stable setup on your account at the very start. So like,
well, you got to re-roll like your ass though. Get a 10 pull fucking face out.
Well, how many pull? So 20,000 diamonds. How many pulls that?
I mean, that's 20,000 divided by 160.
Okay, so we're at 100 and
I'd say you're close to 300 pulls.
130. That's like 130 pulls there.
That's 100. I was that far off. Holy fuck.
Well, 16,000's 100. It's 16. Yeah, 16,000's 100 pulls.
Yeah, 20,000 divided by 160, 125.
Okay, I was close.
Pools.
Yeah, so I've done that plus an extra 40 pulls on limited banners. So I'm pretty much up to hard hitting in character. So you could I think you could get to 2 characters with a bit of luck. I mean, let's face it, if you're running a fresh account and you don't fucking win the 50-50 first up, you just scrap that shit and go again. Like,
I mean, you say that, bro, but like, dude, man, you never know. Like, there's some people out there who just don't fucking win, bro. They just be taking straight L's.
I know, but that's where you've got to make your own luck and reroll.
Yeah. Such a Volkin ass answer, man.
But yeah, I think what I'm saying is the multiple banners is a good option for a new account to get set up. I actually don't mind it as much now the more that I think about it. I think it's solid. Yes, they do it in a predatory way where it's like, okay, you want to build this character, you need this character, there you go, they're both there. Yeah. But also from a new player perspective, like if you don't have the access to good characters when you start your game, you're fucked.
Not only that, to add to it, you're just a free-to-play fucking whore, right? But the average new player doesn't mind getting a double top-up every now and then, and you have your double top-up available in Battle Pass and all that. So, like, you're just considering strictly free-to-play players' experience. But a lot of new players are going to spend money. They're going to spend some money. And like you said, you take that exact scenario you just laid out, throw in a top-up bonus, and yeah, they're rocking and rolling. With a Battle Pass purchase, they're rocking and rolling.
I think I've got another 10 to 20,000 diamonds to get as well that I haven't got yet because I just haven't had the time to grind the game.
Yeah, I mean, so like, I think you got a pretty, relatively.
I haven't even gone into Swarm.
You still got to get the second half though.
I haven't even got into Swarm Disaster or whatchamacallit?
Oh, there's a
Golden
shit
Gears.
ton of stuff.
I haven't done. I haven't even done the standard.
Me neither.
What's Memory of Chaos? That's not
Golden Gears.
No, what's Memory of Chaos before it becomes?
I don't know the name of that.
You know the blue ones, the two blue ones.
You get a shit ton. You get like 200
per clear. I haven't done those yet. Like there is so many. There's so much free gems in the game for a new player. It's actually pretty. Like I'm having so much fun with it. But yeah, I think the banners are good because it gives you extra options for DPS. But I want to talk about Robin.
Yeah, what about her?
Robin annoys me.
You don't like her?
She annoys me because I've got my facial. The Robin banner's sitting right there. I know I should probably get Robin for it, but I just hate the character in gameplay.
You do?
I hate the song. I can't deal with it. I can't I like that song. It makes the character just so shit. Like, I can't be the only one with this take. Like I get that she's the most
blessed, bro.
Like she's dude. Like if it just did that and stopped, cool. But no, it just keeps going. And like,
they need to put in a setting where you can just fucking press a mute. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably. I feel like her and Rame are probably the two most broken characters in the game because I look at them as more supports and they can enable many things.
There's no probably, brother. There is not a probably. They are.
Yeah, because some people would argue, but without the good DPS, they enable anything. Ranmei's more targeted, but I feel like Robin enables everything in the game, and it annoys me that she's so good.
You got it backwards.
You
got it backwards. If you put Robin on a Firefly team, she's dog shit. If you put Robin on a Boot Hill team, she's mid.
Okay, if you put Robin on a Firefly team with Harmony MC and Ranmei, you don't need a healer.
You're going to run out of skill points.
No.
Yeah, you are. Because Robin's not on the field to generate skill points. Fucking Firefly's going to go 87 times. You're not going to have the skill points because what's his name's also going to be using unless you want to auto attack with him.
Is it my E1 or E2 that makes Firefly free?
Oh, you have a fucking E2 Firefly? Yeah. Yeah, see that?
Dude,
okay,
I forgot that wasn't
you
in
have
that
the
basket.
exception.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you have the exception there. No, like I'm telling you, Volkin, you know my ass. I'm about theory crafting ass, bro. Like Robin is not the universal unit. She's just the unit with the higher ceiling. Ranmei is the universal bitch. You put on any team, she works. Any team in the game, like it just doesn't matter because of her delay and the fucking break on top of that. And plus,
okay. In that sense, do you think Robin?
Dale doesn't work with Robin either.
Do you
run out of skill points again?
Run Sparkle with it.
You run Sparkle with Dale. I mean, you could play a scuffed away, but like that motherfucker. So I'll tell you right now, I run Sparkle and Ting Yun with Dale, and I still run out of skill points. And Sparkle's, I mean, Ting Yun's more skill point friendly. The problem with Robin is always going to be she leaves the field and she can't fucking funnel for skill points.
Okay, so with that, when we look at specific types, like I'm not going to say that, like, okay, Ranmei definitely wins in a break team. There's no doubt about that, 100%. in a follow-up team, you can't say Run Maze.
Robin. No, I know. I agree. This thing is, you said Robin was universal. I couldn't let that slide. I was like, no, it's not universal.
Okay, which one is more universal would be my question. Because
Ron May.
Okay, in a hypercarry team, you're saying Run May's better?
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Now, see, better there. That's that. So there's certain hypercarry teams where Robin's going to shine.
Jing Liu, I think you win with.
Actually, I'll be honest. I think that team might be the Robin team.
Yeah,
I think Jing Liu is the Robin team. Yeah,
because
that's a Robin team for sure.
Yeah,
you don't have skill point issues. But Dale, she sucks. Scylla is going to be better off with. Actually, no, Scylla. I think Robin is going to be better.
Are we actually talking about Scylla still?
Running through, man. Yeah, I guess we can keep Scylla out of that shit, bro. Whatever, man.
Now, with Win Dan Hung, I think we might want to go with. I'm sorry, Zilla people out there. I apologize.
DHIL, Boot Hill, which I guess he falls into break, so he doesn't count, right? Yeah, we can't throw him in there. But right now, the meta is follow-up. That's why it seems like Robin's more universal. Like, you got Dr. Rachel, he's follow-up. You got fucking Fei Xiao, she's follow-up. You got Yunli, she's follow-up. So, like, the follow-up units are coming in abundance, so people are thinking, like, oh, Robin's more universal. It's just a follow-up trope in, like, a select hyper DPS comp, which would be what we just mentioned. I already forgot. Jing Liu.
Okay, so, and I think it also depends what you're looking at. I think if you're looking at 0 cycles...
Mm-hmm.
Getting a full team action advantage, I just think Robin's crazy.
I place the full team advance as a higher efficacy for sure. I do. But your term you used was universal. And I was like, universal, that's fucking Rob May, bro. That bitch's middle name is universal. You just pop her skill ult and just don't worry about her ever again.
I will say, Robin, Ron May, her ease of use is 100 times more.
Yeah.
Like, you just put her in the team, slap it on auto, GG's.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just universal. Like, it didn't matter, like, what the fuck the team is, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Robin fucking skill point, I'm telling you, like, you run into it. You just go and try her with DHIO and people who use a lot of skill points. Then you'll get what I'm saying. The skill point greediness with Robin is insane.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's also, I mean, you have skill issues on not pulling for enough Eidolons, I guess. Unlike the free-to-play player that I am with my E2... Firefly. Dude, you know what kills me? I made a video. I was talking about how, like, when I got to the end game of Starro, it just got kind of boring. You know, like, I got my S1, my E0 S1 Acheron, I got my E2 S1 and Firefly, and the game's on auto. And people are like, yeah, but that's your fault for pulling Eidolons. And I'm like, but I'm free to play. I feel like free to play is a big limitation to put on yourself in a game to try and enjoy it. And my thing is, so this is,
I agree.
Take me through my psychology and tell me I'm an idiot and try and figure me out. I want to set the limitation of no spending. And then I want to try and min-max the game to beat it as easy as possible, fast as possible. Like, that is my mission when I get into a game. And then you start saying, well, don't pull Eidolons. Well, it's still easy. Well, don't pull Lycones. Well, don't pull characters. Like, just don't play like, I get to the point where I'm like, how many limitations do I have to put on the game to where I can try and min-max to my limitations and still have a challenge? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's why I think playing this game like a roguelike and starting a new account every 6 months to a year is probably the way I'm going to do it, because it's the most enjoyment I can get out of the game. Because so what I wanted to do Firefly because she was OP and she was cool, and I did that. So I should have skipped her and did just like forced myself to have tedium. And so this is where I always get into the point. I like a game to force me to have something to try and compete in.
Yeah.
If they had...
You fucked up with E2 Firefly. I'll tell you that right now.
Hot take. This one, I know no one's going to like it because everyone hates anything like this. And no, it's not PvP. Before anyone puts it in the comments, it's not PvP.
That's what went to my head, bro. I said PvP.
Do you know what I think would be sick? So with an MOC, how many diamonds do we get for the MOC clear at the moment?
I don't fucking know.
With 12. I can't remember. But what if on MOC 12, there was a thing where each time it came around, your cycles remaining gave you like an extra 20 jades. Not a big amount.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, dude, you're totally dipping. You're asking these guys to bitch and complain. These fucking casuals, bro. Oh, that's not good. I don't get it. I'll step your fucking game up, pussy.
No, so here's my thing. Like, if you're 5-cycling it, you're losing 100 jades.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or make it fucking 10 jades. I don't give a fuck. Give me an incentive to 0-cycle, and that's what I will push for. But there is no incentive to do it, so I don't care. I just put that shit on auto, let it clear, whether it's 8, 9 cycles, I don't care. I'm done. But if they get, and this is, I don't know why I need a proper incentive. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something that's like, oh, this is something you can achieve in the game, and the game recognizes it. So if there was something kind of in MOC to reward 0 cycles, I would love my main account again. Instead of just slapping it on auto once every 2 weeks. I would be really enjoying the gear grind, trying to maximize my stats. I would be planning out my summons specifically to try and optimize my team. Like, I'd be doing everything because there's no reason to do it. People are like, oh yeah, but you can just do it. I need something to encourage me to do it. Like, I need a reason to do it.
That's fair. That is completely fair, Volk. Like, me personally, I don't need the reason. I just like the challenge, but I think it is entirely fair to say, you give me 30 primos a month, I'll do it.
Yeah, like literally, it could be nothing.
Or stellars. Yeah, man. But I think that's even unreasonable. I think it's completely fair to give something like 500 Stellar Jades extra, because 500 Stellar Jades, as I've already told you, it's 2 extra wishes. It's 2 extra wishes, and that means in a year you get 24 extra wishes. But there's
I don't know if your math's wrong.
Well, it's not entire. Oh, 3 extra wishes. Holy shit. 36. So you get 36. Okay, so then maybe 36 is a bit much per year, which I don't think it is, but let's say you get 2 extra wishes, so that's 320 times fucking 12. Okay, but 2 extra wishes, 24 extra wishes a year. But there's an abundance of actual pussies out there who are gonna cry because they can't do that, and they're missing out on their 24 wishes a year.
But what I'm also saying is, don't make it like you get 0 cycle and you get the 2 wishes worth. Make it scale through 10 cycles up until 0 cycles. So you might only be missing out on 5 wishes a year.
So you get some per 0 cycle of every single floor.
So if you have 0 cycles remaining, you get the 2 summons. And then it just segments. If you have 5 cycles remaining, you get 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's literally just a motivating factor for you to improve upon your strategizing inside of their in-game content. I think it's genius. I really do. But like I said, you're dealing with people who just bitch and moan because they refuse to get better. Yeah. Like, it's just that's so it will never happen because that is the target audience.
All these pussies without E2S on Fireflies.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I forgot though. That's the other alternative. You just pay to win.
Well, I mean, but hey, if you pay to win, you do. But like for me, like as always playing free to play, like I like to plan these things out. And you got to remember, after Fushuen, I did not beat a pity or win a 50-50 until I pulled for Firefly. Was horrible. Like I was going so bad. I got decent luck on Firefly. Dude, my Firefly, I say I got decent luck. I lost the 75 on the light cone and I got it 3 pulls later. It was insane.
Nice. That's the best feeling ever. Yeah. Because it like tears your heart out your chest and then puts it back in there properly.
Then you just like rage something because I had none left and I'm just doing every time I got it and then in throw, yes.
I need to go watch that, man.
No, I didn't.
That's probably hilarious.
It's not out there.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay,
I was going to stream. My internet was dog shit. I couldn't stream it, so I recorded it. And because I was doing something for a sponsorship, and I like record video, but I mute my mic so it doesn't pick up the mic. I had my mic muted when I recorded my Firefly songs. Absolute loser.
I hear you, man. I think that's gonna wrap up this episode, though, man. You got anything else you want to talk about or no?
Nah, I'm just back to enjoying the game. Like fresh account just revitalized me.
I Volk, and honestly, I like feel the energy through the screen, bro. It's not even inauthentic in any capacity.
Yeah.
I love it. No, seriously, and I'm sure the YouTube comment section is gonna love that shit too. It's great seeing you have that vigor back in you for HSR, man. I'll be honest, like, HSR is not a perfect game, and me and Volk will scrutinize it when it needs to be scrutinized. But I tell you what, this is the one consistent gacha in the space for me personally that can always deliver, and I think that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, and like I said, I honestly think I went into a black hole of not enjoying it just purely due to Penaconi and my personal preference on story.
Yeah, and like, you know what? That's your prerogative, brother, to have that.
Give me more werewolves and shit, and I'm like cooking. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, fucking meatheads we are, bro. All right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this. We talked from story, then we went into a little bit of meta talk. Then me and Volkin started fighting each other about Robin and Rob May. I thought this was a great episode. You guys comment down below. Let us know what you thought about it. But that's going to wrap it up. Peace, love, and happiness. And we'll catch you on the next podcast.